We've got a little bit of breaking news in the Tesla world as executives just confirmed 5 major changes coming very, very soon. This is nothing but good news for all Tesla owners around the world. It looks like prices are going down, range, especially maximum range, is going up in a big way. And again, overall, we've got confirmation on new Tesla models, refreshes, and features owners were mad that left are now coming back. So now that we've got a lot of new info to cover in the Tesla world, let me break down all these major announcements, everything just confirmed, and why it's a really, really good week for Tesla news. So let me start quickly here with a little bit of housekeeping. Again, if you missed the news, great Model 3 deals to be taken advantage of for a limited time. $250 per month lease, $2,500 off if you use a referral link. And then there's also some specials with Cybertruck going on, the free wrap, the lifetime supercharging. Some of those deals will be coming to an end at the end of March. So just be sure you're sort of aware of when those specials are ending if you want to get one of those cars. And also, if you missed the news, super exciting to finally get confirmation that Tesla will soon be rolling out a virtual line system or a virtual queue for superchargers, because especially if you've ever been in a situation where you go to a highly trafficked supercharger and it's busy and there's a bunch of cars and no clear line, it can just get really messy really fast, especially if there are stalls out of order. So Tesla's been working a lot in recent updates to not only better display when a supercharging stall is having issues, that was a new feature in the holiday update, which is great to see, but also now there's going to be some kind of actual lineup system in the car. Tesla hasn't made it clear, who's going to get priority. Is it who arrives first, or what variables they will take into account and how you'll know your position in line, but presumably it's going to be synced right into the Tesla software. And again, they've confirmed Tesla hears you, and they will be rolling this out in an update soon, starting with a smaller number of superchargers and hopefully expanding it to all of them, or at least all the ones that usually have a pretty big congestion problem. And Model Y Juniper deliveries have officially begun. Real customers around the world are finally getting their chance to take delivery of their all-new launch series Model Y. I think there was like a race to see who would get it first, either the Giga Shanghai market or the European Giga Berlin market. Seems like they were pretty close, but at least in those two markets now, deliveries have begun and real customers are getting their launch edition of the Model Y Juniper. To my knowledge, at least as of filming, deliveries have not started in the US just yet, though that should be changing in a very short amount of time in the next couple of days, if not the next week or so. Delivery should begin, and Tesla has rolled out these Model Y refreshes to a bunch of different locations for demo drives. So again, costs absolutely nothing. If you want to get behind the wheel of this and see what it's like for yourself, you can not only go to a store and see this new thing, but now demo drives are available in lots of part of not just America, but lots of parts of the world. So try it out and let me know what you think. And let me ask a question to all the Tesla owners out there. What do you do when your car is supercharging? Are you randomly scrolling on your phone? Are you maybe watching a Robert Rosenfeld YouTube video, which I can love and appreciate? Or maybe you're like me and you're a little addicted to playing Hero Wars on your phone. Or if you're a PC gamer, it's available on there as well. For those who may not be familiar, it is an insane strategy game that is way more than just picking up your phone and pressing a few buttons and winning. This is an insane game where your heroes start to die and your enemies outplay you, and it really is a game that requires some critical thinking and some strategy. And if you're looking to jump into the game for the very first time, let me give you some beginner pro tips here to help you maximize your Hero Wars experience. Tip number 1 is to really focus some time on your heroes and finding out who really complements who, which heroes are going to work best together. Some heroes are good against tanks, some mages, and building the right team is really in and of itself a true art form you've got to master. And as you progress with your hero, just make sure you're upgrading your skills wisely and managing your resources properly, because even if you've got the best hero, you've got to make sure you are countering your opponent in the best way. Again, this is not just like tapping and winning. It requires some real thinking and strategy here to overcome and defeat your opponent. And if you've already assembled your dream team, I've got some really exciting news for you. I am thrilled to announce Peach, oh yeah, if you know what I mean. It's a brand new hero with a dark and mysterious mysterious past. Players are going to embark on a 4-week adventure to uncover the new hero story and get an exclusive opportunity to be the first to unlock and upgrade a new Guardian, available right now from February 16th onward, exclusively for Hero Wars Alliance players. So now's the time, folks. What are you waiting for? Are you ready to test this out for yourself? If you want to jump into Hero Wars and really, again, see how good you think you are, hit the link down below to learn more, check it out, play it for yourself today, and see how far you get. Again, it's harder than you think, and it's a ton of fun, but also requires some thoughts. If you think it's super easy, I challenge you to try it out. Hit that link down below to learn more and check it out for yourself today. And the good news does not stop there, because there's a lot of other things we should talk about with the Model Y Juniper. Not only do critics and reviewers seem to universally love this thing, but Tesla has already begun in certain markets transitioning away from selling just the higher end, more premium launch edition Model Y Juniper that was significantly more expensive, to now opening up orders to the regular fleet, all but the performance model, which I'll come back to more in a moment. So at least now in some markets, you can place your order for a rear-wheel drive Model Y, a long-range rear-wheel drive, or a dual-motor long-range model of the new Model Y Juniper refresh. Now, those deliveries won't start for the next couple of months, but get your order in as soon as possible if you want to take delivery as soon as possible. But it's nice to see now those have begun. And I've, of course, got a lot of questions about when we could see that in other markets. I'm not sure just yet. Keep in mind, though, that where we're seeing the launch edition be phased out of ordering, they've already fully transitioned those factories over to just making this new Model Y. For example, here in America at the Texas factory, we've already seen, at least as of the last couple of days, that Tesla is still making the older Model Y. So that transition, when it happens, will then probably signal Tesla to discontinue the launch series. And because it hasn't happened yet, it's probably going to be a bit. So again, we don't have any kind of concrete timeline because Tesla doesn't announce these things, but I'd imagine over the next couple of weeks, like what usually happens, all Tesla markets will fall into formation and they will uniformly offer the same variations. So soon you should be able to order a non-launch series Model Y in other markets, but for now, I think it's just a couple of markets over in Europe and maybe China, but I might be wrong on that right now, but we'll see over the next couple of days. I should also mention that it might not just be this Model Y that we're getting, because we know 2 other changes or maybe more could be happening. Again, we've heard that Tesla, they've confirmed they're working on a performance version. We have seen it sort of tested in the wild. There was just a video that surfaced a couple of days ago from somewhere in the world with, again, a camouflage Model Y being tested. There's lots of theories right now on whether this is the performance model or if it's some variation of the cheaper, more affordable Tesla. We don't know, but we know that a performance version is coming. And then there was also some interesting chatter over the last weekend, and even a mention from Top Gear about a rumor of a super range Model Y Juniper that could be coming with a larger battery and in turn offer 500 miles of range. I did a little digging into this. Apparently this is something that's sort of been floating around for a while. Interesting to get this actually mentioned in a Top Gear review, especially since they've talked to Tesla executives. No official word on this as of right now, but for all of you who I know have been really, really hoping for a substantial range boost, there have been some rumors that Tesla could be putting a physically larger battery in at least one configuration of the Model Y refresh. So maybe a super range version with 500 miles range could be coming in the not too distant future. But as we learn more on that, I will certainly let you know and keep you updated. Also, a little personal note, if anyone in the central Pennsylvania area has a Model Y Juniper they're taking delivery of, a launch series, please shoot me an email. I'd love to film your car. Probably can hook you up with some free Tesla merch as a thank you. But yeah, my email's down below. Just want to film one for the channel. In addition to all that, a Tesla executive has also confirmed a couple of interesting things about the new Model Y. For starters, this vehicle has a brake-by-wire technology. So you know how the Cybertruck has steer-by-wire, so there's no physical connection between the wheel and sort of the turning mechanisms and all that stuff. I don't know the proper terminology down below. It's all digital, and it allows for some really cool things. Well, that is there in a different form for the braking system on the Model Y refresh, which the big thing this brings back is a variable level of regen braking. And what that I mean by that is, when you take your foot off the brake and in a Tesla, there's sort of that regen braking that sort of slows you down so you could sort of have that one pedal driving. For a while, you could actually adjust this to varying degrees to have more regen braking or less regen braking. Tesla eventually just sort of took that option out and discontinued it, so to speak. It wasn't an option. But I guess now with this brake-by-wire system, they can actually bring that back. And I believe in the new Model Y, there are already options to configure your level of regen braking. So really cool to see this in the new Model Y, and Tesla's already confirmed this should be coming to other models. So if you're a fan of adjusting your regen braking, that should be here in the new Model Y right now. And then Tesla also confirmed that they were planning to bring the 48-volt architecture from Cybertruck to the Model Y, but supply constraints just sort of limited them during the time frame to build this thing, but it could be coming in a future revision sometime soon. So yeah, 48-volt, not just limited to Cybertruck, but at least it is for now until supply chain stuff clears up, and they will bring it to Model Y eventually. I also thought it was incredibly interesting that point blank, a Tesla executive confirmed that, yeah, the front bumper camera on the new Model Y will likely be coming to other vehicles, as this has sort of been a highly speculated rumor over the last couple of weeks. And one of the things I've talked about before is that typically when Tesla does a big sale of a particular model, that means they're trying to clear out their inventory before one comes with new changes. And it seems to me like the writing is almost on the wall that in the not too distant future, like maybe in the next couple of weeks, the Model 3 is going to be gaining this front bumper camera. Remember in the early days of this Model 3, it was rumored to have it, then it wasn't, then it was, then it wasn't. I'm not sure technically why it isn't there, but a front bumper camera could be coming to the Model 3 very, very soon. And of course, like I've mentioned previously, we've already gotten alleged leaked hardware of an retrofit upgrade to bring the front bumper camera to existing Tesla. So if you have a Model Y or an older Model 3 or maybe even S's and X's and things like that, there looks to be a path that Tesla is creating to allow you to add the front bumper camera to your vehicle. So that's super exciting. Still no word yet on officially how much that's going to cost or when it's going to come, but Tesla says that, yeah, the front bumper camera is going to come to every model. And besides it being just wildly more useful and practical to have that camera, there's also two other things this could lead to. Number one, apparently this was really the missing piece for a true 360-degree top-down system, and even Tesla executives have mentioned that, yeah, maybe we could actually do this now with this system. Now that we've got the cameras, they could have a true sort of bird's-eye view top-down competitor like what you've got on a Lucid or Rivian. That would be super cool to see, just more than the visualization stuff we've got. And also, there's a lot of talk that potentially if you want to have true full self-driving unsupervised, you might need the vantage point of that front bumper camera. So as there's been a lot of discussion lately about who's going to have full self-driving unsupervised, does your car have the components or not, it seems like there's a good shot that you're going to have a newer Tesla or a retrofit to add that front bumper camera to do FSD unsupervised. So I'll keep you updated on what those changes are and when they come. But again, it seems like a front bumper camera coming to Model 3 and other models, likely going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Also, speaking of leaked parts, the leaked retrofit option for the front bumper camera wasn't the only thing that leaked. We also have a new leak that Tesla could soon be adding a 5G cell modem module into their vehicles. Because right now we've got 4G LTE in the car and it's nice and we can use it for video streaming and music streaming and things like that. But this could be getting a nice upgrade in the not too distant future to add 5G. Now, it's not inherently clear as of now what this 5G would let you do that you couldn't do now. Like, yeah, maybe you could download updates over the cell connection, which would be really nice and not have to always be on Wi-Fi. Maybe this could allow for more capabilities or more streaming or things like that. What I think a lot of Tesla owners would love would sort of be a marriage of Starlink and Tesla together. So your car could have a Starlink connection, so basically it could go anywhere in the world and get a high-speed data connection. That is not what this is. This is just 5G that has all the benefits and limitations of a typical 5G connection like what you've got on your phone. So no word on Starlink yet for Teslas, but 5G looks like it's also, again, like front bumper camera, happening much sooner than later. All right, and then we get to one of the most interesting bombshell statements of the last couple of days, again from a Tesla executive, and that's all about the Model S and Model X. Because as I've been reporting on the channel, there's been a lot of chatter that one or both of those vehicles is on the chopping block for 2025, and now we're hearing no. Not only are both of those vehicles safe and they will be sticking around, but Tesla has confirmed a refresh is happening this year for both the Model S and Model X, which is very, very exciting, especially since those vehicles just got a price increase. Now, of course, we don't have specifics just yet on what that refresh could entail, but the obvious things will likely be there. Front bumper camera, RGB ambient lighting, 48-volt architecture, maybe a new light bar. I'm sure steer-by-wire and a lot of the newer technologies that are in Cybertruck, like PowerShare, that could be coming to the Model S and Model X as well. And basically, it was just nice for a Tesla executive to acknowledge that, yeah, we still care about these vehicles. We've got refreshes and new features planned, and they should be coming this year. So, of course, as we learn more about a Model S or Model X refresh, I will certainly let you know, but Tesla has confirmed it is coming for both these vehicles and will be coming at some point this year. This also comes at an interesting time, as we just heard that the Model S production line was switched around a bit for another vehicle. Maybe there's something else going on there, but Model S and Model X refresh is coming in 2025 from Tesla executives directly. And as we get more info on that, I will certainly let you know, because there's a lot they could do with those higher end, more premium Tesla vehicles. And then, of course, one of the things that everybody is dying to know about is this Model Q, or the cheaper Tesla, Project Redwood. When could we see more affordable Teslas, and what are they going to look like? So, a couple of bits of interesting news here. One very well-known Wall Street analyst suggests that we could see the cheaper Tesla on the road by July, which is only a couple of months from now, believe it or not. So that could be super exciting to see. And I'll tell you guys, there's a lot of drama, a lot of conspiracy theories back and forth on what this model is going to be. You might remember that originally we had heard that Tesla was going to do a whole new model for that, and then that sort of got scrapped. Then we heard it was going to be a Cybercab with a steering wheel. Then no, maybe it's going to be a version of the Model Y Juniper, but more stripped down. There seems to be a lot of speculation as to what this vehicle could be, but I just gotta, show you what we have to work with. And that is that over the last couple of days, we again got more images over the Texas factory of Tesla testing a Cybercab with a steering wheel clearly in view. And there is a lot of speculation as to whether this is just normal testing for a fully autonomous vehicle, or if Tesla is backtracking a bit and they are going to make a Cybercab with pedals and a steering wheel and likely some other small modifications, and that's going to be the cheaper Tesla for 2025. Again, I've talked about before, we've gotten some camouflage Model Ys that maybe they could bring the new Model Y refresh, but with some older components to bring costs down. Maybe they're going to repurpose an older Model 3 or an older Model Y and make that the cheaper Tesla. A Tesla executive just said that they're going to keep the car at a very good quality level, so to expect that Tesla experience, but they've been very tight-lipped on exactly what is going to change. So again, I've just got to tell you, there's a lot of back and forth on what this cheaper Tesla is going to look like. Odds are it's going to be something we've seen before, maybe with a twist. So I'm curious, what would you rather have? A refreshed Model Y with a more stripped down interior, and that be the cheaper vehicle, some sort of hatchback? Or would you take a Cybercab with a steering wheel and pedals, given its more compact size, but also given it's sub $30,000 or $25,000? Seems like the jury's out on which way Tesla's going to go, but seems like it's a good shot either way. Let me know down below in the comments which one you would prefer. And again, all of this comes right alongside new spring updates and big changes. Lots of exciting stuff happening in the Tesla world right now. But man, this was a good week for Tesla news. Nothing but good stuff coming, and nice for the Tesla executive. I think it was Lars I don't want to butcher his last name, but I think it was one of the sort of head engineers, to spill the beans a bit on what is coming next. So I'm curious, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Please drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the news of the week. I'm still doing some giveaways. All you've got to do to enter, and I've just contacted a couple of new people, so I don't want to say your names if you don't want me to say it, but for you guys, congratulations, your Tesla chargers are in the mail. But in the meantime, if you want to have a chance to enter to win for yourself, 3 simple things you got to do: like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below, and just let me know you stayed at the end of the video. And if you stayed at the end of the video, just work camera somewhere into your comment. Do you like, taking photos on your phone? Do you prefer a camera? What are your thoughts on that? Just some way so I can know you stayed to the end. And yeah, we'll have some fun. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the news as much as I did this week. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you in the next one.